I'm sure most of you got this notification from TikTok telling you to put your zip code in and to call your representative and tell them to vote no on banning the app. Now, while you're at it, since you can just conveniently put in your zip code and then it'll help you call them, also tell them to demand a ceasefire. They've introduced a few bills on this, but the most recent one that they're debating today is about divesting from a foreign government, which I just love so much. They literally don't care about that. There are a bunch of foreign companies that own businesses here. No, guys, the reason why, and we all know this, that they want to ban TikTok because they understand what wide reach it has, and they don't like all of us being able to talk and communicate so freely with each other in ways that other apps like Instagram, Facebook, and even Twitter are just not set up for. So this hack, Richie Torres, who is on AIPAC's payroll, wrote, "I'm part of a bipartisan coalition behind a bill that would force the sale of TikTok." First of all, I love when they say bipartisan as if that's supposed to sway us. Bro, most of the time in Washington, D.C., when they say bipartisan, they mean it as, look, we're all working together, but it's usually bad. Whenever they come together on a bipartisan basis, it's usually to fuck over the American people. TikTok, ultimately controlled by the Chinese Communist Party, I love how they always say it like that, like it's supposed to make it more scary, has amplified extremism and anti-Semitism to an extent never seen before in recent history. Ah, there we go. Remember, guys, when they say anti-Semitism, they mean literally any criticism of the Israeli government. They mean saying that Palestinians should have dignity and rights and self-determination. All of that shit, they put in the bucket of anti-Semitism. The fact that Osama bin Laden's letter to America was trending on TikTok should serve as a wake-up call. Why? Why should it serve as a wake-up call? I thought you guys believed in free expression. I thought you guys were the party of democracy. I thought you guys were the party of free speech. Why are you mad that people were talking about a real historical event, something that happened? People have the right to talk about it. I don't care if you don't like what they're saying about it. People have the right to talk about it. Why are you trying to shut down people's speech? Why are you trying to tell people that when it comes to historical events, like the Osama bin Laden letter, that people can't talk about it? Bro, and then when I went to go grab this tweet today to make this video, he blocked me. No, he straight up blocked me, which, as a side note, I don't think that should be allowed. If you are a public servant, a congressperson, a representative, you should not be able to block people. Private citizen, totally fine. But like, again, if you are a representative, he straight up was blocking people in his own district. Like, how is that a thing? But I guess it checks out because he wants more censorship. He wants more censorship. He wants to be able to say all the fucking shit that AIPAC tells him to parrot. Then when anybody pushes back on it, he wants to be able to block you. And it's amazing because what they're claiming they want to ban for is actually the opposite of what's happening. TikTok has been garbage when it comes to everything happening in Gaza. They have been banning people left and right. They have been working with the ADL to censor people. They've been taking down people's content left and right. All not for anything anti-Semitic, but for the simple fact of reporting what's happening. People get their content taken down for simply talking about what's happening in Gaza. So this idea that TikTok is full of extremism because people are actually just, talking about the truth and what's happening in Gaza is insane. TikTok, in fact, has bent over backwards to censor people and penalize people for talking about the truth of what's happening in Gaza. Partly, I think, because they were scared of something like this happening. No, bro, they have a problem with being overly censorious already. They banned me from live last night for a week for just talking about Gaza. So this app has a lot of fucking problems, but literally in the opposite direction of what they are claiming. I think TikTok has gone out of its way to be overly censorious and punitive to people talking about the truth about what's happening in Gaza so that they could appease people like Richie Torres. But it's never enough. It's never enough. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about Gaza. It's about Gaza. It's about the blue and white lobby working with TikTok to shut down people's speech, but it is also about control. Our Congress and the powers that be in this country, they want control. So whether it's Gaza or whether military industrial complex or whether it is the Osama bin Laden letter, they want control over you. They want the illusion of free speech, the illusion of free expression. But then when people get on TikTok and we start talking freely about shit, them motherfuckers want to go in there and ban it and take it down or force the sale of it, because now all of a sudden they're very concerned about foreign entities buying up companies that Americans use, as if that's not a fucking thing that happens all the time, every single fucking day in this country. And also serious Lamau that they don't mind that the blue and white owns a bunch of shit, including their asses in Congress, but then they're all very concerned about China.